Hello, everyone. This is Patrick, and I wanted to take a moment to review my experiences so far with BaseLang. A little bit about me. I went from, and I've never been tested, I should put that caveat in there, but I went from somewhere in a low A2 range in Spanish to probably a low B1 range over a period of about a month. And I spend anywhere from 1 to 3 hours a day studying Spanish. The um, One thing that I like probably the most about BaseLang is the ability to book a class with minimal to no notice, sometimes as little as 2 to 3 minutes of notice. And this works really well for me because in my daily life, I don't really know that far in advance when I'm going to have a free half hour or hour to do a class. And so this is very, very helpful for me. So that's one of the best things about the program. The other thing about the program is I like most of the teachers. There are certain teachers within the repertoire of teachers that are not quite a good fit for me. And so it does take some time initially to find those teachers that are a good fit for you. And I just encourage everyone to just try out a lot of different teachers and then use the rating system that is within on the teachers menu. And then you can rate all of your teachers. And when it comes time to book at the next class, you can find those teachers very easily that you liked from previous lessons because after many, many lessons, you start to forget which teacher's which until you actually see them in on video. The next thing that I really like about it is the curriculum. The curriculum is actually really good. Uh, you can it goes through various things that actually put it into practice. It's while you do need grammar, in my opinion, you do need to learn some grammar to learn Spanish. It's not as much grammar intensive, but it does have there are a lot of drills that you can go through to practice on the various grammar techniques. Um, One thing that I'd like to kind of compare it to would be so learning apps I've found for me are very, very ineffective. I've spent a lot of time on, I won't name them, but everyone knows the names of the various learning apps out there. And while they all do have some differences and nuances to them, essentially in my mind, they're all the same. I don't know if I've ever met anyone that has learned a language over a learning app. That just doesn't happen. You need to be speaking the language. That's all there is to it. You have to be. And so that's why something like BaseLang is so incredibly important to learning Spanish if that's a goal for you. The other thing is I've tried classroom instruction. I've gone to various classes that last 2 to 3 hours each evening for, let's say, 9 to 10 evenings in a row. And I've found those little slightly more effective than learning apps, but still not effective. It really just doesn't compare to the one-on-one instruction that you're receiving at BaseLang. It's really just completely night and day. And the thing is for me is that my time is very important to me, and I need to really ration the time that I spend on projects like learning a language because I've got a family and a job and many other things that are pulling on my time. So I can't be spending time being ineffective. So that's why baselang is so incredibly valuable to me because my time is always effectively used when I'm on a baseline class. The final type of learning that also is ineffective for me would be things like books and tapes. Um, those just really don't help me very much. Um, Now, the next piece that I'm going to start getting more and more involved in would be kind of what I call input learning, which would be watching television, listening to music, listening to podcasts. It's difficult at first to do those things because as a beginner, I can watch a TV show and I can't even, let alone can I understand what they're saying without the subtitles. So in my mind, you need to get at least your foot in the door with Spanish to be able to really start to utilize some of those other types of input learning methods. So with that, that's all I wanted to share. So thanks a lot.